Yay. Hi to everyone at home. Okie dokie. On Friday, I want to remind everybody what happened on Friday. On Friday, we might have had an equation that like said 3 second equals 9. And I said, please write that as a logarithm, even though you didn't really know what a logarithm meant. But I told you to write it as log, and then think of it as this way, 3 to the second power. So the 3 is a little bit lower, it's called a subscript. And if we go 3 to the second power, it sort of looks like that. And the 9 goes, those two things mean the same thing. Those two things mean the same thing. And then we might have had questions on Friday that might have said this. If you've got log 10, 1000 equals 3, and to write that as an exponential, we might have done that as lower upper, write it like 10 to the third power equals 1000, say yuppers, yuppers. And then on Friday, we did this. We had 4 to the x power. No, we didn't. We had, on Friday, we had like log 416. And I suggested, or even more than suggested, I told you that I want you to write equals x. From there, we go 4 to the x power equals 16. And then on Friday, I told you these are problems that are easy to do in your head. It's not 1, is it 2? It sure is. 4 to the second power, and we go x equals 2. And then we had a little more difficult. We might have had log 3 to the 181st. And that was a little trickier. And my suggestion was to write equals x. And then we get 3 to the x equals 1 over 81. And it's like, hang on, that looks weird. So for a moment, I wanted you to think 3 to the 4th equals just 81. Well, 3 times 3, no, that's 9 times 3, 27 times 3. The answer here would have been, whoops. The answer would have been 4. But since this is a fraction, if we make this a negative 4, so we get the number 4 here, and negative 4 means it's the bottom of a fraction, or the denominator. And that's what happened on Friday. Would you please shout out some answers? 3 to the x power equals 9. Be the first in your row to shout it out.
2.
Nice. Who else is going to be first in their row? Nice job. Good job. Let me try this one. 5 to the y power equals 25. Be the first in your row. Oh, good job, anyone who said 2. Be the first in your row to shout out the answer to this. 3 to the x power equals 27. Be the first. Oh my goodness, some of you are the first in your row. Why don't you be the first in your row to shout out this answer? Brady? This is like, it's going well, it's going well, it's going well, it's going well. All of a sudden they got dumb. No, you didn't. No, they didn't. No, you didn't. All of the problems that I had given you were ones that had easy integer answers. You have never been taught how to solve an exponent problem that didn't have an easy answer. And this is today's lesson. So I would like your notes now, and we'll do this one. I'll write it here so I remember which one it is. It is called and logs is logarithms, but I like to say the word logs. All right. You have all made it through Algebra 1. You've probably all made it through geometry as well. Are you allowed to add 3 on both sides of the equation? Are you allowed to do that? Yes. Are you allowed to square both sides of an equation? The answer is yes. Are you allowed to add 27 to both sides of the equation? The answer is yes. Do you think you are allowed to log both sides? The answer is, say what you think, is yes. When you see an exponential that you don't know the answer to in your good brain, would you all please write this down? Please write log 5x equals log of 30. I said this Friday, logarithms help you solve exponent problems, and these are exponent problems that are tough. Okay. You're now going to learn the first rule of logs. An exponent on log may be brought to the front of the log. I guess I'm going to stop there. This x is allowed to go to the front. So I can now write this as x log 5 equals log of 30. Maybe I'll turn this on. Now, we are sitting at this. I'm doing this higher up so people in back can see x. Now, please don't write this down. But if I had, like, 5x equals 30, what would you do to both sides? Divide by 5. Of course you would. Well, I'm trying to get x alone. I'm going to divide by log 5. Even though you really don't know what logs are yet. Does that make sense that that would be legal mathematically? And these two logs cancel out, aka they reduce to 5. Would you now, I don't have a calculator here, would you all please go log 30, close the parentheses, divided by log 5. Log 30, close the parentheses, divided by log 5. And I'd like to 3 decimal places, so I wish I had written approximately equals. Would you please shout out first 3 decimals? 3.113, say I agree. Say I don't agree. 2.113. How many agree now? Say yep. Cool. Would you all double check your problem? Would you go 5 on your calculator? There is a button that probably says x to the y. It's probably, Brady can help you find it if you can't find it. Please go 5 to the exponent of 2.113, and I bet you're going to find out it is really, really close to 30. I am stopping this recording because I can only go 10 minutes.